Or to rephrase it, you get nationwide 5G for just $29.99, and your next line is free.
What's up, guys? Happy New Year, everybody. First Cassmac chat of the year. The Braves doing what the Braves do. Signed catcher Sean Murphy, who we acquired earlier this offseason in the 3-team deal with the Oakland Athletics and Milwaukee Brewers. Signed him to a 6-year, $73 million contract. And an option for 7th year that would push it to $88 million, which again, the Braves continue to find the talent that they love and offer extensions, and the majority of guys have been willing and wanting to take it and be a Brave for a while. And given that Sean Murphy is a top 3 catcher in the league, and we got him for basically half the price of JT Realmuto. He has JT Realmuto defensive skills and was top 3 in a lot of critical offensive categories for catchers in the AL, and he's coming to Truist Park, which is a pretty hitter-friendly ballpark, so that is really important as well. So for sure. So yeah, a really good start to the year, given the fact that we'll have one of the best catching tandems once again. And Sean Murphy being hello, Terry. Happy New Year to you. Having Sean Murphy in the mix. I know people are still angry about William Contreras, but I think this extension helps and makes it a little less sting a little less, because Sean Murphy has all the tools in the toolbox and getting even better. And then we acquire Then we acquired Lucas Lipke from the New York Yankees for Indigo Diaz and an infield prospect. Lucas Lipke is 35, 2-2 with a 2.67 ERA, 57 strikeouts, very minimal walks. A very, very intriguing piece. Just he's a left-handed version of Colin McHugh. A couple of years of control left. So again, our bullpen continues to be the strength and keeps getting even better in so many different ways. It's really nice to see. That is really really awesome. Also, we added outfielder Eli White to the outfield mix again with 7 outfielders. There's something might have to give, but Eli White is the elite speed, Terrence Gore-esque, 12 stolen bases, had the web gem of the year last year, can play all 3 outfield positions. Kind of a better version of Guillermo Heredia with specifically with the speed and the defensive ability, even though Guillermo was pretty good defensively. But we designated for assignment Lewin Diaz, the Marlins' old first base prospect, and Hoy Park, who we acquired earlier this offseason from the Boston Red Sox. So there's been a lot of moving and grooving for Alex Anthopoulos. We're really, really excited about those 3 moves and the possibilities that it opens up. And the Lucas Lipke is definitely important because we don't have Tyler Matzek. So it definitely gives us quality depth at the left side of the bullpen. Excuse me. With Tyler Matzek down, you've got AJ Minter and Dylan Lee. Dylan Lee should have a phenomenal year, in my opinion, after his first full year of being a major league relief pitcher. That should be really, really he should take a huge step forward, knowing his body, knowing his arm, and what he needs, and the roles he can play. AJ Minter has been elite for the last couple of years, and elite in a lot of different pockets of his career. So adding Lucas Lipke to the left side just makes it even more dangerous the night shift. So really excited about that. And Correa is still a free agent, whatever that exactly means, which is very, 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 very weird. But he's still a free agent, and they're still working through the physical and contract issues there. Evan Longoria signed a 1-year deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's an interesting veteran piece for that intriguing Arizona Diamondback squad. They're definitely not a pushover. I don't think they will be. Let's see. Rich Hill got 1 year, $8 million from the Pittsburgh Pirates. The 43-year-old keeps on keeping on. And good for him. Another veteran for the Pirates. Probably the most spending we've seen the Pirates do in the last 10 or 15 years, to be honest. And that's, I don't know if that's quality or sad. I was looking for something, but I can't find it. Terry, how was your New Year's? I hope it was good. Those college football games were bonkers, and they have been bonkers today as well. But yeah, but again, the Braves are in a very, 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 very good spot. Again, the Eli White addition makes it interesting because you've got Jordan Luplow, Sam Hilliard. Even though Sam Hilliard doesn't have any options and Eli White does have 2 minor league options remaining. So that is really, really key, especially since we don't have a lot of depth in the minor leagues at really any position other than pitching, because we've traded prospects and whatnot to get better on the major league roster, so to speak. So that'll be really key, and that way he will no doubt be a part of the Braves roster one way or the other in one part of the season or the other. But there's not a lot of news, unfortunately. Tom Brady broke my heart yesterday with our banged up secondary, and Brady and Mike Evans took advantage for that to take us out of an NFC South contention. Steve Wilkes has been amazing. I wish and hope he gets really good consideration. Obviously, there's rumors about Jim Harbaugh again and wanting to be a part of us, and that's an intriguing thing. I don't know, because there's not been a lot of people yet. So, but I did talk about the Sean Murphy extension and what that means, and I think it makes the William Contreras trade sting a little less, and Sean Murphy being the top 3 catcher in baseball that he is already at least the Canes are crushing right now, so that is really, really awesome. But talking Sean Murphy, I'm so excited to watch him in a Braves uniform, and I think his offensive numbers that were already really, really quality for Oakland Coliseum. He's going to crush Truist Park, and he doesn't have Michael Harris defending him, so he's now a teammate, so he's probably going to have even more doubles. He was already had 37, which was second in the league, in American League, for catchers last year. Top 3 in all the important offensive categories, and his epic throwing arm and just all of that stuff. Really, really excited, and I don't know how we continue to get these team-friendly extensions, but I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to be happy about it and realize that is how Alex Anthopoulos and the Braves operate, and it's just the way to do it with the free agency. And you got to realize that that some of your franchise players are going to walk, and because the prices are so astronomical. And I will mention that I'm tired of hearing the Max Fried rumors and all of that. I think they are I understand them, and I get the logic that Max Fried is one of, if not our best trade asset, but it's not even 2023 yet, and he has 2 years of control. If things go sideways at some point for us, I would think we would entertain the trades and things of that nature. But other than that, I don't want to entertain it. He's an ace right now. He's been our ace for years. He's one of the best lefties in baseball. Plain simple, I would sign him to the Rodon contract now if I could. 6'1", 62. But the reality is he is from LA, and the likelihood with these insane contracts that people have been getting, I doubt. I don't know. I just want to see it play out and realize that Max is still a Brave until he's not, and just realize that he's our ace of our rotation, and I can't wait to see a full year of Spencer Strider, Max Fried, Kyle Wright, see what his encore season will be, and things of that nature. I'm really, really excited for that. Obviously, it's probably the most tenuous part of our roster, just understanding and knowing what is going to be the number 5. Is it Ian Anderson? Is it Bryce Elder? Is it Mike Soroka? Or is it an outside piece? I don't know that, but thank you, Terry, for acknowledging that the Carolina Hurricanes are absolutely terrorizing the league, and it's been insane to watch 11 straight victories and 17 games with the straight games with a point, which is absolutely insane. So at least that is going well for us right now, or for me in sports wise for now. And the Panthers having a chance at the playoffs at this point in the season, as bad as it was, kind of makes me happy in a way, because it just shows how good Steve Wilkes was with the personnel that we had, and trading away our best player, CMC, who is absolutely demolishing with the San Francisco 49ers. So, and the Panthers got 5 picks in the first 100. So again, there's hope at the end of the tunnel. So we'll see how the head coaching position goes and all of that. But I do appreciate having hope. Yeah, that interview was super, super fun. Steve is an amazing guy. I'm kind of still shocked that he was willing to do it. But yeah, we've known each other for a while, just haven't talked in a while because obviously his schedule and everything of that, and being a major leaguer and things all that, it kind of gets kind of just accidentally get busy and don't even think about it. But getting to do that right before announcing his retirement just felt like an honor, and he's such an amazing guy, and he was a wicked sidearmer and had some very, very quality stuff in his 10-year career. So that was insane to get to do, and very happy to get to do it. I appreciate you watching, listening, all that stuff, because those opportunities I get are really, really cool. And being able to know Steve from the beginning is really, really cool too. So, or from the beginning in terms of his college career, and watching his major league career from the beginning is really, really cool. I also talked about Carlos Correa, who is still a free agent. So, yeah, I don't think a lot of people get to say that they hung out with a major league closer, but I got that distinction, and he's very, very cool and supportive of this stuff, and was really my channel itself, and just me in general, and just really a good guy. So it was so much fun to do, and I hope to get to do more with him over the years, maybe, who knows. But I also talked about Carlos Correa, and he is still, for whatever reason, a free agent. So either he has a stick for a leg, or I don't know, but it's kind of gone crickets with that this deciding thing. Oh, the Braves also signed infielder Josh Fuentes. We've seen him most recently with the Colorado Rockies. He is Nolan Arenado's brother-in-law. He can play third, short. He's very versatile. So to a minor league deal, so that he could be an interesting piece to watch along with Edgar Adrianza. There's going to be a guy in spring training, pitching and hitting probably, that are like Pablo Sandoval and Adrianza were for us in 2021, and how important they were. I'm sure there's going to be a couple of those guys this year in spring training, and it'll be interesting how spring training goes as well, because of the World Baseball Classic that starts in March 8th through the 21st. So that'll be an interesting dynamic to follow during spring training and other ways as well. So that'll be interesting to follow as well. I don't know if I see. Well, Andrew McCutchen is a guy still out there. Gene Segura unfortunately signed a 2-year, $17 million deal with the Marlins, so we still have to unfortunately deal with him a little bit. He was kind of an interesting option for the Braves, maybe as a stopgap shortstop, but again, I think that is Orlando Arcia, with VG Von Grisham getting the lion's share of the opportunity at shortstop. Again, a lot of things could change, and change quickly. As we know with Alex Anthopoulos, he never stops working and never stops trying to make our roster better. So we will definitely have to see there. But again, I think the outfield position is probably the most, the left field position probably the most interesting. Yeah. Sure, I can. Sean Murphy signing to a 6-year, $73 million contract, with another year being $788. If it goes to all told, that is some epic value for a top 3 catcher, getting Sean Murphy at 12.1 million, which is a little, basically half of what JT Realmuto cost the Phillies, and he is like really a mirror image of JT Realmuto defensively. To me, his pop time is amazing. His blocking, his way to call games, his ability to hold the running game, and that's going to be important with the new pickoff rule. And then you got the the underrated portion. Yeah, he is that good, and he's worth it. All of that defense is amazing. Wrap that up into the fact that he ranked top 3 in all the critical offensive categories for catcher. First in total bases, 229. Second in RBIs with 69. Second in doubles with 37. Second in homers with 18. I can go on and on, but yes, Sean Murphy is worth it. And with him, he was also second in hits with 134, and the overshift going away will help him along with everybody else, but really, really help him. And he will not be hitting half of hitting in Oakland Coliseum, which is a cavernous ballpark, and as we know, Truist Ballpark is very friendly when it wants to be. So I expect an uptick in all those numbers. But I also think that his familiarity with Matt Olson, Kyle Wright, is going to help him transition a lot easier as well. Travis d'Arnaud is an amazing leader, and having him behind the plate as well, it's so worth it. It doesn't even make sense, and everybody keeps getting mad that the Braves are signing these guys to team-friendly, amazing extensions, but that just speaks to the organization and what we've been able to build. So, and I think it's just because everybody's jealous that they couldn't pull it off, and I'm not going to complain about it at all. Nope. And the reality of free agency now, you're going to have a couple of your blue chip guys walk. And we definitely have seen that with Dansby and Freddie the last couple of years, but I still think we are in a much better and amazing spot with Matt Olson extension, with Matt Olson being quality as Freddie and younger. And obviously we're going to have to see Vaughn Grisham, and see how he transitions. But I'm really excited to see that because Ron Washington just doesn't blow smoke, and Ron is an infield guru that you can't discount. And you've also got the veteran Orlando Arcia, who has done some really good things for us with his arm. He's got a cannon for an arm, and Ozzie being back at second base should help that as well with the range for Vaughn Grisham. And the leader that Ozzie is, that should help him as well. And Vaughn's going to hit. It's just the fact of the matter is he's going to have to I think everybody has reservations about Vaughn Grisham. That's why. That's why. Whatchamacallit? That's why everybody wants a guy like Elvis Andrews, stopgap kind of guy, maybe. But I think it's for. I think the stopgap guy is already here with Orlando Arcia, and everybody has reservations with Vaughn Grisham just because starting shortstop in the major leagues is a tall task, but I'm not going to discount him until I see it. And he's just got to make the plays that you're supposed to make. He's not going to be Dansby Swanson. We all got to realize that, and just let VG be VG and see what happens. Obviously, it's a tall task coming in for Dansby Swanson, especially on the defensive side of the ball, but you can't. You sometimes you just gotta take the training wheels off, and I really think that him getting called up last year, even though it was unfortunate in him playing second base, and it was unfortunate for us because all the injuries on Orlando Arcia was playing well at the time, but I think that'll help Vaughn Grisham not to be thrown into the fire, so to speak. His first game was at Fenway, so and he hit one over the Green Monster and things of that nature. And I just really hope fans, yeah, Ron Washington is the big X factor. Howdy Hudson. Happy New Year, all. If I didn't say that earlier, I knew I said it to Terry, but just in case. But having Ron Washington does ease the nervousness for me. It's gonna be interesting, obviously, but
You deserve the fastest speeds in the
I'm willing to give it a shot and see what happens, because I have no reason to not trust Alex Anthopoulos and everybody and the coaching and all of them. I don't have a reason not to. So for that, I mean, that's just the reality of it. And I would love for us, again, I keep going back to the left field position. I just, with 7 left field, outfield options, seemingly something's got to give. I really hope it's Eddie Rosario. But if what Alex Anthopoulos said was true, that they want Travis d'Arnaud to DH more and Sean Murphy to be behind the plate more, then something really has to give, because I do not want to see Marcelo Zuna in left field. I cannot do it. I can do Eddie Rosario. I can almost do Eddie Rosario with one eye, but I'm not of VG. I'm more concerned about his consistency offensively, or no, his consistency defensively than I am his offense, to be honest, because he put up some great at bats. Even the last one of the year was a 15 pitch battle with the bases loaded and 2 outs with a game that didn't really matter. He made sure everybody knew he cared. Obviously, he's going to have some rookie struggles and things of that nature, because the book is going to get around on him. But let's just watch it play out a little bit and see what happens. I mean, I don't think I don't think you should put any expectations on VG except for the fact that he's gonna give 1,000%. Yeah, me too, Hudson. But I don't know if we start really fast, does that like give us? Then our bad stretch would be somewhere where we really don't need it, kind of thing. Would I be scared if we actually got off to a good start? If that would be opposite voodoo, I don't know. But I agree, a good start would kind of settle. Would kind of settle settle the nerves for sure. But I mean, whatever happens, we have one of the deepest rosters, and I am very excited to get this season started. And you know what, when the new year comes in January, that means it's closer to February and spring training, and so I'm really excited that it's getting closer and closer. So
don't miss your chance to choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is still arriving daily, so you can buy one home.
They had us.
Lock in this low rate on the new 2022 F-150.
I don't know how much stock anyone
Choose from thousands of Ford trucks and SUVs only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
puts in power rankings, but we were ranked 4th in the power rankings, I believe. So it was the Astros, Dodgers, Mets, and us was 4th, I believe, in the latest power rankings that I saw on Twitter. I think that's fair in a way. I guess if they're assuming that Correa is still going to be a Met, I don't know that for a fact because I don't think anyone knows.
The analysis revealed those exposed to acetaminophen had a 20% higher risk of developing autism. Children with autism have a hard time interacting.
God, the Hornets are so bad. We're losing 60-45 to the Lakers at halftime.
Might include only playing alone, no interest in socializing, no interest in sharing.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of had a slow off season as well because the Bauer of it all, and they would be on the hook for $32 million if he is released. So that is interesting. Maybe it wasn't that. Let me see if I can find it.
Get healthy, real hydration, and no added sugar, artificial sweeteners.
But yeah, I think
Gatorade Fit, healthy, real hydration today.
Yeah. Kind of like us, but I like our depth and our main pieces a little better than the Dodgers right now, especially pitching wise.
Marchese Bengals coming up against the Bills about 20 minutes from now. You got ABC and ESPN2 and ESPN as soon as the Rose Bowl concludes.
No worries. I'm guessing. Well, that's not surprising because you're still in Colorado. So. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was Houston. The power rankings were Houston, Mets, Braves, Padres, Yankees, Phillies, Dodgers, Mariners, Blue Jays, and Rays. Oh, well, that makes sense. Having to take your dog out in that freezing weather. But yeah, the power rankings, I was totally off. And yeah, the Dodgers being ranked 7th kind of makes more sense. The Padres are going to be interesting to watch because they have a veritable all-star team. But do all those puzzle pieces fit? The Astros, that makes a lot of sense because even though they lost Justin Verlander, they basically just plugged in a clone.
Focus on what's ahead of them right now, but I can see a very heavy brace under those pants.
The Mets. The Mets are second, I guess, because ugh. See, me and Snow and Cold are logistically a no, and just no thank you overall. So cold weather is just a big time no for me. I don't. But stay warm as much as you can. But
their only other Rose Bowl victory until today's apparent one was on Jan 2 of 95. They great 94 Penn State team beat the Ducks here. Keyshawn Carter was MVP. Kerry Collins. So the first play of the game.
Josh Fuentes could be.
So a date that has been very noteworthy in Penn State history is about to get more so with the program's second ever Rose Bowl victory. And how satisfying, Kurt, for these Penn State veterans who still think about the nightmare of 2020, the COVID season. It was
I don't.
This year, it's 11 and 11.
I just don't know if those pieces are necessarily going to fit like everybody wants them to. Like, if you put too many personalities, and I'm going to hold you to that, but I don't think they're going to have less than 82 wins, but I'll hold you to that, Hudson. And whoever else is in here, make sure that you hold him to that too. But they already have like Mets luck with the whole Carlos Correa thing as well, so
Clifford moves on after the storied career. Drew Aller, who is a superstar for true freshman. A lot of people excited about what he'll be able to do next.
So
You would assume taking over as the guy at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
He certainly looks the part. He's shown in his opportunities.
no, I don't think that was our division is always seemingly the toughest, but it always usually comes down to who stays healthiest and who's the most consistent of hoping for that. So, and I mean, the Phillies adding Turner and sorry, excuse me. But the Phillies adding Turner. And I don't think they added enough to their bullpen, to be honest. Yeah, we have We have an interesting roster in terms of speed now with the new rules. Yeah, Michael Harris II. Geez, depending on where you put him in the lineup, do you put him in the Dansby Swanson slot at 2, or do you put him down farther in the lineup? That's interesting. Ozzy, although I don't know if he'll want to, given his finger stuff. Yeah, the Hornets are not even a thought right now. Oh yeah, Matt, the speed demon that he is. Yeah. Whew. Oh, and him and Travis Darnell. Yeah, their speed. Whew. And that's why I think Eli White could be a very, very, very sneaky, not so secret weapon, but like very intriguing weapon, as it were. If that makes sense. Eli White being the likely defensive, replacement that Heredia was. I am interested to see what we're gonna do. What's the new celebration gonna be after we win? And I hope I can do it. Whatever it is. But I hope it's entertaining and it's fun, and because I don't think we can do the swords again, even though those were amazing. But I don't think we can do those again. Yeah, Josh Fuentes is an interesting infield option. And yes, he is. And yes, he is. It might even go up 3. I would say about 320, 325. Yeah. $320, $325. I would think. And that's another thing about. Sean Murphy. I've talked about him a lot in this live, but I think he's going to be another beneficiary. And he already had 134 hits last year. So who knows how it's going to affect the game in a positive way for hitters, and how well pitchers adjust as well. Today's dinner is just a simple burger and fries. Never can go wrong with that. Just for that. But yeah, I wonder how quickly pitchers will adjust to having the lack of overshift, so to speak, and see if it'll affect them just as much or not at all as pitchers and hitters. We'll see how that works.
This is Drowler. He's the next man, as you pointed out. High expectations for this Penn State team off of what they've seen at the end of the season. We'll get West Virginia in their opening game.
There you go. So burger was the food of the day for a lot of people. But you bring up the steals thing, and in my brain, the Braves might have two to three 40 possible 40 steal guys. I think pitch outs will go up.
Musser's been there forever. Clippers been there a year longer than that. So forever plus 1 year.
So that's.
Keep it on the ground.
That's a good conversation piece right there. And I honestly,
And the Bills get these guys fired up. 17. He looks like they, of course, want to win the game. But make no mistake, to the bases of each franchise, quarterbacks going head to head.
and I don't know if the Braves make any more changes, and I don't think that they'll be able to pull off a Brian Reynolds trade or any of that. Because the lack of our farm system. But I think the biggest battles are probably left field. Left field, number 5 starter. I think those are the two biggest battles, and obviously you're gonna monitor shortstop to see what that does. But again, there's not a lot of technical news today, obviously with the New Year's, but but those college football playoff games were bonkers, and some of the games today, Tulane coming back and stunning everybody and stunning USC. That was just good for football. The parity in college football, and Mississippi State doing it for Mike Leach. That felt really good. So all of that, and then you've got Penn State beating Utah 35-14 due to Utah's quarterback Cam Rising getting injured. Things that, it's been an epic sports stuff, and it's obviously going to be interesting for the Panthers and coach and all of that jazz. But again, the Braves are in a great spot, and we're getting closer and closer to spring training, the World Baseball Classic, and talking about baseball every single day. I might sign a contract before Carlos Correa does, but hey, that would be cool with me. It would be really cool with me if I did. But I think I covered it all. If I missed anything or have any questions real quick, but other than that, I will start the free agency recaps for all the teams very, very soon. But I don't even know when to start them. Probably end of January, early February. But again, thanks guys for joining. Happy New Year. I will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps out a lot. I still have a goal of 1,200 subscribers by the end of January. Just because I always set goals every month, but whether they happen or not, it is what it is. But that is always my goal. So thank you guys. I'll see you guys next week. As always, go Braves, champions forever.